guys, welcome to a brand new series. This is the return of Motorsport Manager to my channel. It's a long time since I've done this, since before Christmas, to be quite honest with you, and I only did about 7 episodes on it. But we've come back, we've got a mod in place, and it is the Ice mod or something. It adds in Formula 1, IndyCar and Formula E into it, as well as the GT series if you've got that downloadable content, but I'm not bothered about that. We're going to jump straight into the Formula 1 World Championship. I believe it's up to 2017 standards. So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. I'm Joe, if you're new around here, and we do lots of management simulation on the channel, including Cricket Captain and Football Manager 2017 as well. So yeah, let's get into it. There's 16 events apparently. There's the competition rules. Yeah, points for the top 10. I don't really know what's going to happen with it. I assume it's just going to be exactly like real life F1, except there's 20 events in real life F1 instead of 16. Might even only be 19 this year, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 20. But there we go, we can pick our team. There's the Mercedes team. They're looking rather slick. That's Ferrari, then Red Bull and McLaren, and then Williams, Renault, Force India, Toro Rosso, Haas and Sauber. So there you go, that's the teams. We're going to go for middle of the road team. We're going to go for Renault, I think. Or shall we go somewhere else? I quite fancy Renault though. I mean, Thornton have been around for years, yeah. Whatever. Or do we go Williams? It's Toro Rosso, obviously. This is actually quite a difficult decision. We may go Force India. Shall we go Force India? Why not? Let's go Force India. So let's continue. We are with, that's really cool by the way. We are with Force India then for this season. If you want to see an episode 2, make sure you leave that like down below. It really does help the channel. And let us know in the comments if you want to see Motorsport Manager continue. It didn't do that well on the channel before Christmas, but we've got a lot more subscribers since then. So yeah, if you are new around here, this is what we're going to be doing. We've got Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon in the driver's seats. And there you go, that is the full 2017 field. We've got Verline at Sauber. I had a sneaky suspicion it might have been Giovinazzi, but obviously it will be who am I talking about? Verline, that's the one. So we're starting in Australia, and then we've got China. Abu Dhabi is the third one. Don't really know why. I mean, surely them two should be swapped. I don't know. Unless that's meant to be Bahrain. But we've got Brazil, America, all of the classics. I think we're going to actually do every single race of this opening season and see how that does. Let's have a look at the unread messages then. So welcome to Force India. Blah 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 blah. Checo Perez, so excited to be working with you. I grew up watching you racing. Yeah, that's right. I used to race, everyone. If you didn't know, if you are new around here, I used to be a Formula 1 driver, of course. This is going to be great, I just know it. He gets on really well with Esteban, so that's good. Yeah, they seem to get on alright. Andy Green. I imagine that most of the engineers are the real life ones as well, because we've got VJ Malia there. So yeah, there's that. He's one of the better drivers. Is not one of the best. His potential is good though. Yeah, and we've got Alfonso Celis. Is he real? He must be. Never heard of him, to be honest with you, but I only really focus on Formula 1. I don't know too much about the other formulas. So, start of the season, I reckon we go for 6th because we don't want to risk getting fired. That's Chase Carey. Introduction to the energy recovery systems. Blah blah blah. We'll have a read of that off camera probably. 3-stage qualifying. That's brilliant. We've got it, and we have got it. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's all of that. I'm going to sort things out like sponsors. We have got a sponsors mod in as well. So as you can see, there's Twitch. So they're going to be sponsoring us this season, and we'll also have who's better? Well, yeah. Well, they're for 16 races. That's the difference. But we will go for that one because we're getting a bit of a wongerage up front. So that's good. And I'll see you guys when I'm ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And yeah, I'll see you in just a moment. Right then, here we are for the race, Australian Grand Prix. Just a few things to update you about. We are improving the HQ by building a helipad to get in some more sponsors. We're going to build a tour centre to bring us in a bit of extra income every time that there's a Grand Prix. And we're going to build a wind tunnel which will ultimately allow us to make better front wings and just overall improve the car. I think the design area of the team is where we are weakest. So my idea there was to bring in sponsors to bring in the money, and then use this extra money to go and build more design centres. So some of the sponsors have come in. We've got Agip or Agip, don't know what they are, but we've got 4 million off them up front. We've got them for 12 races, and at the Italian Grand Prix we'll get a double bonus. We also brought in Intel as a fixed payment sponsor. They give us 2 million up front, and they're going to give us $250,000 per race. Part of the car, we've improved the brakes a little bit, and we're currently creating some new parts, also improving the performance, improving the reliability of stuff. This we want to bring in sort of in the next few rounds. We're not going to put it in just yet, but we're trying to improve the performance and also try and improve the reliability of it, because it is terrible at the moment. Yeah, I think that's just about it. We've scouted a whole load of drivers just in case we need to buy some for next season. They're the ones that we're currently scouting, but they'll drip through as the season goes. There's a look at the finances just before we get into the race, and this is what's going to happen. So the sponsor we have selected for this weekend is BWT, and they're going to give us $1.5 million if we can finish in the top 8 in qualifying and in the race. This is the tyre allocation. I've went for a softer setup with Sergio Perez, and we've went for a slightly harder sort of setup for Esteban Ocon. Here's the parts. Obviously you've seen that on the previous screen. Let's get into it. Practice time in Australia. This is certainly going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, getting back into this game. I enjoyed it before Christmas, and then Christmas came along, started doing other things, and just never went back to it. But it'll be nice to get back into, and hopefully you guys are enjoying as well. Make sure you leave that feedback down below in the comments. It really does help me out, and it's great to read some of the comments sometimes, whether the criticising us, whether the praising us. It's really nice to read. Let us know what the volume's like for you, because I am using a new recording software recently, so I haven't quite figured that out yet. But we're going to obviously go for our normal drivers, and we're going to go for a bit more front wing on Sergio Perez is what he wants. Yeah, maybe a bit of that and a bit of that maybe, and just leave that like that for now. Yeah, we've got plenty of soft tyres, so we'll go out there on the softs. Ocon is quite happy with a balanced setup, but we will go slightly higher with him. We'll do that, and then we shall do that and that. There is 3 practice sessions, I think, unless they're just sticking with 1. I don't really know, but we'll get into it. We'll take the practice because it's episode 1. I won't usually show practice, but we'll certainly see what the pace is like. So we'll send him out for a qualifying run for 1 lap. Yeah, he can go out. And we'll also send out Esteban Ocon for a qualifying. Should we go? Yeah, we'll go race trim for Ocon to start out with, and then we'll swap them round as we go on. So we're going to go on to medium speed for now. I wish you could get rid of this, but I want to look at Checo Perez and check on his progress in the lap. He is number 2 at the moment. Looks like we haven't got the proper numbers on, but or maybe it's just current standings. Here he goes. So we're gonna go push and overtake maybe. He seems quite happy, but we're gonna push him now, and here he comes. He's actually second on here, so I think I might have missed the boat for him, as it were. He's just going to go on a normal strategy, and we'll see how he does. But Perez is going purple, as you'd expect with the first lap of the weekend. But he seems to be very, very happy with the car, which is brilliant to hear. And he comes through with a 1:31.8. And he's going to come in this lap, of course. We'll just set him back down to that. Let's watch Ocon for a minute. He's done a 35 point something, 0.2 I think, which is respectable. He's on the soft tyres, remember. Perez still top as it stands. Obviously, most teams won't be pushing in practice, but we want to see exactly where the pace is. He's moaning now. And we'll just keep an eye on Perez because he'll be coming in this lap. And there he is. So, a 1:31.8. I'm quite happy with that. He doesn't like the speed of the car, but the downforce and the handling is pretty good. So, can you... Oh, you can switch to this. That's quite cool. It looks weird, though. Let's go back to 3D. Might do that for... Can you zoom out even more? Yeah, no, that's odd. We'll go into 3D. Right, there's 13 minutes left in the session. He's still going round, which is good. We'll just push him a little bit and see what he can get out of those tyres. We're going to put Perez back out, but we're going to put him on a race stint of 4 laps. That'll do, I think. He wants a bit more speed, so how are we going to do that? We're going to... he said... So he wants a bit more... Did he say acceleration, or... Don't really know, to be honest with you. But we'll stick with that and see if he likes it a bit more. There's the tyre choice. We'll go for medium. See what his pace is on that, and he'll go out now. And we'll see how he does for the rest of the session. Esteban Ocon, meanwhile, is currently in 9th place. He's on his 3rd lap of 3. It's going a bit quicker in the first sector, which is good. A personal best. We are pushing him a little bit more in this particular lap, and we'll see whereabouts he can get up to. He's only about 1.7 seconds off the pace at the moment, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see him move up just a little bit. And well, he does. He gets up to 8th, which is a good lap from him. A 1:34.4. Perez is still he's not happy about the speed, so we might bring him in so we can start this sort of stint again, if you like. But Perez doing very, very well at the moment, which is brilliant to see. So both of them are coming in this lap. I think we're going to put Ocon onto a qualifying stint and see what he can do on the soft tyres, or the super soft tyres, I should say. Let's see if he's happy with this setup. He's not happy with the downforce. He's not happy with the car at all. So we'll move him up to a bit more of a Sergio Perez kind of setup, and move him maybe a bit more like that and a bit more like that. Stints, we'll put him on a qualifying trim, of course, and we're going to stick him on a set of super soft tyres. We've got to be careful with them throughout the weekend, but we could obviously keep one of these sets for Q1 or something like that. We're going to send him let's just see what he said. He said that the handling is good and he wants a bit more acceleration, as we may have suspected in the last one. So we'll send that back just a little bit and then move that forward. Is that right? Yeah, a bit like that. That seems good. And we'll just send them straight out on those tyres once again. Now then, I'm interested to see how Ocon does. They've gone out together, which isn't the best thing in the world, but we'll put him on that. I'm going to actually push Checo throughout the stint and see how he gets on. I think that'll be good. Keep an eye on Ocon. So here we go. Gonna go high and push. See what you can do. Esteban Ocon, what can you do on a hot lap? We've got Sergio Perez right behind him. He's saying that the aero's feeling a bit better, which is great to see. And Ocon has gone for a personal best first sector. We're still 8/10 ahead at the top with Checo Perez, which is a good sign, but I'm really not reading into anything in practice. But we'll see how Ocon can do. He's about 7/10 off Checo's time at the moment, so he'll keep pushing, and he goes third. So 1:32.8, 1 second off the pace, which is good. Now then, Perez, how's he doing? His last lap with a 1:34.6, which is decent race pace, to be honest, on these medium tyres. Ocon's just going to come in now, and I think that's going to be the end of his session. We'll see how Perez does on this stint. We'll keep an eye on him. Funnily enough, it looks like McLaren are just as slow on this game as they are in real life. 15th for Fernando, 20th for Stoffel Van Dorn. Sauber's propping up the field as well. It looks like the Renaults are midfield as well. But then again, you can't read too much into practice. Ocon's quite happy with his setup now, which is good to see. And we'll certainly see how Checo is once he's come in for his flying from his race simulation run. But they are looking good at the moment, which is pleasant to see. I'll just pause it a little bit while I've seen how much time has passed on this episode. It is going to be a bit of a longer one, But yeah, it's an episode 1. We'll have a good look at the cars. I won't usually show practice, as I say, and we'll just go straight into qualifying and then the race after that usually. We've got the shorter races on. I don't want things to go on too long, but here we go. What's Perez doing? He did a 1:33.8 the last time he went round, and this time he's coming round. What's it going to be? He might run out of fuel, so we'll move him down onto that. So Perez coming round the final corner. What's it going to be? A 1. Oh, he's just come straight into the pits. That's absolutely fine. His speed balance is excellent. Perez is certainly happy with his setup now, which is great to see. And we'll see what the end of practice brings us. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that practice session. 1st and 4th. I don't think that was particularly expected, but we did push a little bit harder than maybe we would have usually. But yeah, there you go. That is the practice times. We've got Bottas and Hamilton just behind us in 2nd and 3rd. We've got Vettel, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Kvyat and Sainz rounding out the top 10. Stoffel Vandoorne bringing up the rear of the field, but all of them are on medium tyres, remember. So here we go. McLaren Grand Prix suck more than a vacuum cleaner. That's not very nice, but it's kind of true at the minute. Verstappen, people happy with him. And yeah, people saying great session for us, which is very true, to be quite honest with you. But going into qualifying, this is where it's going to be most important. It's a 3-stage qualifying, of course. So yeah, we've just got to get into it and see how it goes. I don't know what all of this is. Qualifying trim and that maybe, yeah. And then this one, we'll do that. I think that's fine. I think I've done that right there. Let me know if I've done that wrong down in the comments. But let's get into qualifying. This is going to be exciting. 3 sessions, which is different to what we've had before. We're actually going to send out Ocon first. I'm going to send him out on the old set of softs just to start out with and see how he does on them. Only 10 minutes this little session, which is not representative of real life, but we will see what we can do with Perez. His tyre choice, he is going to go for a brand new set of soft tyres and see how he does there. We'll just warm them up a little bit. A little bit more. Put them on that. Put them on that as well. Yeah. So keep an eye on Ocon. He's going to be the first one to go out. We'll speed it up just a little bit, put it on the medium speed. I think that's probably the best one for now, but if you guys disagree, then we can certainly see what we can do about that. Ocon coming through. Imagining he's going to be a little bit slower, but he has set the fastest time, obviously, because it's the first lap. But we are expecting Ocon and Perez to be a lot faster than Ocon, because Ocon's on the slower tyre. So here we go. Ocon's coming through the final corner now, and he's going to come through for a 1 minute 32.3, which isn't the best lap. Let's have a look and check what Perez does. He goes second with a 1:31.1, which is a good time there. Ocon is currently the slowest guy. I think Perez should be safe and into the next session. He is only a second off the likes of Verstappen, the likes of Hamilton and Vettel, which is very, very good. He's 5th at the moment. Ocon is the danger man. We're going to need him to speed up just a little bit. He's had a good start of the season in real life, Esteban Ocon. yeah, been very impressed with him. We're going to go for a brand new set of soft tyres and send them straight out there, and hopefully won't be in any poor air. But yeah, oops, I've gone completely off the game there. Sorry about that, guys. But we'll keep an eye on Perez. Is currently ninth, so I think we'll keep him where he is. He is only 3/10 clear of the drop zone though, so it could be quite tight. Both Renaults and both Saubers currently in the drop zone. He has got overheated brakes, which is not great. But here we go, Esteban Ocon. Try and get through, my friend. Could have maybe went on the softer tyres, but again, it is quite close, so it might not have worked. We have got a bit of traffic. There's a Renault right ahead of us here. Hopefully he's not going to cause too much trouble. We're about a second off through the first couple of sectors, and that's definitely traffic. That's not going to help him, and he's not going to have enough time to do another lap. This is going to be Ocon out. He's 20th. 1.7 seconds off the pace, so Ocon is going to be out in Q1. That's a big shame. A big shame. Never mind. Esteban Ocon will start at the back of the grid, but we've got plenty of harder tyres for him, so we'll try something strategically in the race. Maybe it was a stupid idea on my behalf to send him out on the used set of super soft tyres. That's just something that we'll go ahead and learn. A big boo-boo from me though. But Perez is through. He's in 9th place, so hopefully he can get through to Q3. And yeah, that is the end of qualifying session 1. We're still waiting for 5 cars or so to finish. They're all on in-lap, so there's going to be no changes. Going out then is going to be Carlos Sainz Jr., Jolyon Palmer, Pascal Wehrlein, Marcus Ericsson and Esteban Ocon. Hamilton topping the sheets in Q1, which is yeah, quite interesting to see. It says he's on pole position, but he isn't, because we've still got Q1, Q2 and Q3 to go. So there you go. Eliminated is Carlos Sainz Jr., Jolyon Palmer, Pascal Wehrlein, Marcus Ericsson and Esteban Ocon. Right then, Perez was quite good in that session. I think we'll do well in Q2. I don't know how many minutes it is. I assume it's just 10 minutes as well. We'll get him out nice and early, try and get that lap in, so we can try and save the car for Q3. He is going to be on the super soft tyres, and we'll send him straight out on the medium speed, and we'll put auto whatever it is on, because I don't know how to do that. It might be cheating, I don't know, but the option's there. I'm going to take it, quite honestly. It's a bit of an assist, but I don't particularly care. I don't think it makes that much difference on the lap overall. Who's that? Oh, that's Ocon. Yeah, he's currently eliminated, so he can't go out. We'll keep an eye on Checo Perez and see what he can do. He's starting his flying lap now. A decent start. We have got a little bit of traffic though, but he makes light work of it. I don't know who that is, but going down the inside of him there, it looks like a Mercedes from here, but it's difficult to tell. We are just going to zoom out a little bit. He's coming through the middle sector now, and that's a very quick sector 1, which was beaten by Ricciardo. He's currently second fastest in sector 2, and he's going to come through. And he did a 1:30.7, 4/10 up on his time from session 1. Ricciardo goes quickest with a 1:30.3, and Van Dorn slots in 3rd. Alonso moving up there. Verstappen has gone ahead of us, a 10th behind his teammate. This is definitely going to be interesting. I think we should have enough to get through. But it looks like Lewis Hamilton is the quickest out there. We're 7/10 off him. Vettel has gone quickest with a 1:30 flat. And it's certainly hotting up at the top. Only 0.2 of a second separating the top 3. Raikkonen slots in 4th. We are currently 8th. 0.7 off the leader, Lewis Hamilton. Do we go out on another set of super softs? I think we do. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll just make sure of our position. I think we should be through, but we've got a bit of clear air. So I think make use of that. Go and get a better lap. Throw down the gauntlet. And say that we can compete for 6th or 7th with Verstappen and Massa as it stands. But, right. Let's have a look. We're coming through. I don't know if these other cars are on... Well, they are on outlaps. Hulkenberg, Kvyat, Magnussen, they're all on outlaps, so they can still displace us. It looks like Alonso and Van Dorn have given up, which I don't blame them. Van Dorn's actually come out. Stroll's come out for another lap. Looks like the top sort of 7 are staying in the garage, or the garage. Perez has had a poorish first sector. I would have expected a little bit better, and he's 0.6 off the lead in the second sector. Can he get anything back in this third sector? That is the question. He's coming now up to the finish, and he's a second off the pace, so a bit of a disappointing second lap there. We are in a little bit of danger. We'll keep an eye on Magnussen. He's currently he's on soft tyres. He's not going to beat us, but we'll keep an eye on our old boy Nico Hulkenberg and see what he can do. He's gone for a personal best in the middle sector. It's an improvement, but he's not quite enough to get through. Let's have a look at Daniel Kvyat. Alonso, maybe he's improving. Alonso coming round the final couple of corners now. Is Alonso going to be able to do it? Here he comes up to the line. Alonso comes. He does improve, and he goes up to 11th, but can't quite find the 10th to get into the top 10. So there we have it. That is our top 10. Hulkenberg couldn't make it through. He is in 13th. Grosjean has beaten Magnussen to 10th. Sebastian Vettel the quickest in that session with a 1:30 flat. We came in 8th, which is very, very good for us. That would meet our sponsor objective and would mean that would get a little bit more money in the pot, which leads to hopefully improving the facility. So going out then is the 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso in his McLaren. With them got his... No, he didn't have a former teammate of Kevin Magnussen. Former McLaren driver, Kevin Magnussen, in 12th. And then Hulkenberg, Kvyat and Stoffel Van Dorn all out in Q2. So let's get into Q3 and let's see how it goes. I think the tactic's going to be the same as in Q2. We're going to get out early, going to get a lap, hopefully in a bit of clear air, and do something decent here. So, send out Sergio Perez on super soft tyres. Let's go. Put him on auto. And, yeah. Track grip is at its best it's ever been. So, these should be the quickest laps that we've seen this weekend in this session. It's going to be tough for us to break the top 6, but I firmly believe that we can finish 7th. I think that's an achievable feat. And we'll see how he does. The car's looking pretty good at the moment. And that looks like a Mercedes has come out yet again in front of our car, but oh dear. Well, a decent first sector. We kind of want to stay in front of this Mercedes before the end of this flying lap. He's coming round sector 2 now. He's doing okay. That's a 29.5 middle sector. I haven't been keeping track of the sector times, but I think he's on for a decent lap. Here he comes around the final corner and he comes through, and that is a 1:30.7. That is the same time that he had in the last session, which was enough for 8th place. So he'll come round now and hopefully, well, Daniel Ricciardo's only gone second with a 131 flat, so... And Verstappen, what is going on here? He's gone third. I can only assume that they were caught in traffic. Hamilton goes quickest with a 129.9. That's more representative. What about Kimi Räikkönen now? Sorry, it was Vettel. He's gone second. And Bottas goes second now. What about Kimi Räikkönen? What could he do? He goes fourth. So we're currently in fifth after the first round of... sixth after the first round of laps. We're going to just leave it a little bit longer before we send him out. Maybe around about the 3-minute mark we'll send him out and see what he can do then. Wait for this clear track. He wants to go out and go now. We're going to switch his tyres to that one. And he's away. Oh, just behind whoever that is. I can't quite tell. It's probably Romain Grosjean. I want to try and get past him maybe. Otherwise we're going to be in traffic for a lap, but there's not much we can do about it unless Grosjean gets out of the way or unless he's quicker than us, so we'll just have to stick with it. But we should be quicker than Grosjean. We're starting the fastest lap, the flying lap now, and he's away, but he is in traffic, so he's going to be a little bit worse. He's got past Grosjean though, and if he can improve in this first sector, then maybe something special might be on. We are very close to Hamilton's time through sector 1, so let's see how we do in sector 2. Can he nail it is the question. He's coming through now. He's only 3/10 off the pace here, so we could do something decent. We're coming through now the final couple of turns. Here comes Sergio Perez. Where's he going to finish? He's going to come in 5th place. That's a brilliant lap. That was a 1:30.6. We're only 6.5 tenths off pole position with that lap, and he finishes in 5th. That is the checkered flag. Is Felipe Massa going to get any closer? No, he's not. Ricciardo and Verstappen, you would expect, will do a little bit better. Ricciardo just stays in 7th. Verstappen's already done his lap. We have finished 5th on our debut. Fair enough, Esteban Ocon is at the back of the grid, but Sergio Perez in 5th place. What a performance that is. But it is Lewis Hamilton that is on pole position, and he can be very, very pleased with that. 3-time world champion, and looking to make it for this season to join Sebastian Vettel, who looks like he's going to be his main rival. Right then, very, very interesting qualifying session. There's your top 10. Hamilton on pole with Vettel in 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Kimi Räikkönen 4th, we're in 5th, Massa 6th, Ricciardo and Verstappen 7th and 8th, and Lance Stroll and Grosjean round out the top 10. So let's get into the race. I'm just going to see how long we've been recording. 31 minutes is in this instalment of it, so it is going to be a long one. If you're still around, make sure you leave that like and let us know down below if you are sticking around for this race. Here we go. It's race time in Sydney or Melbourne, Australia, and yeah, we could get 750,000 if we finished 8th in this race. So boom, 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 we'll put that and do that, and then we'll put him on mediums at the start of the race. So the car setup, he's going to start on the medium tyres and see how far he can go. This guy, yeah, he's going to have to stay on that, which is fine. Yeah, there we go. Driver strategy. We'll tell Checo to push from the start and see how he does. We'll say to Ocon, just stay out of the way, mate. Let's get into it. 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. Lights out, away we go. Sergio Perez off to a good start, and it looks like Hamilton is leading Valtteri Bottas, but then Vettel gets past Bottas again, and it looks like Kimi Räikkönen in 4th place at the moment. Bottas has got past Vettel, and he's got past Hamilton as well actually, but Hamilton back down the inside there, and plenty of excitement in the first couple of corners there. We've got 16 laps to get through. We've just been overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen's having a look as well, but Perez currently doing alright. He's pushing quite hard. He's still in 6th place. If we can finish in the top 8 in this race, that'll be fantastic. Fernando Alonso is right behind us right now. What a start he's had. Verstappen has just got back around, and though, how's Ocon doing? He's at the back of the field, obviously, after my mistake in qualifying. I'll take full responsibility for it. But hopefully we've got the pace with our boys today that we can get Ocon hopefully into the top 10, but yeah, that's going to take a lot of hard work. Perez is still in 6th place. We are going to just settle him down into the race now. He's closing in on Daniel Ricciardo, but we don't want to push too hard. His tyres are looking a little bit worse for wear. I think we'll bring him in the next lap. So Perez is going to come in and he's going to put the soft tyres on, and his parts are looking absolutely fine, even if I do say so myself. I don't know how you do that. We're not doing that. And we'll just go with that then. So Perez is going to come in at the end of this lap. This is where Ocon's strategy comes in. He's going to try and go a lot longer than the rest of the field. Grosjean has already pitted. I don't know whether that was a forced pit stop or whether he'd had an accident, but let's watch Perez come into the pits. He'll be coming in at the end of this lap. He's in a world of his own in 6th place at the moment. Verstappen is closing in on him as it stands, but hopefully once we've got the new tyres on, Perez will do something good and maybe close down Daniel Ricciardo. So here comes Sergio Perez. He's what's going on? That was a very, very bad pit stop. That's really, really annoying. A mistake there. I don't know what this is. What is this? We'll just keep that on auto. Keep that on auto as well. I really don't know what all that is about. He's just using all of his. What's going on? Overtake button. Do you get that per lap? I assume you do. Or maybe no, it just recharges, doesn't it? Yeah. So a lot to learn in this version of Motorsport Manager. There's a lot to manage. Perez is currently in 19th place. We'll keep an eye on Ocon. He's doing alright at the moment. We're going to push him a little harder though. We're 5 laps into this Grand Prix. He should be doing a little bit better than he is, with over half of the field already pitted. So we'll just push him a little bit harder. Somebody's got a bit of a problem. I don't know who was in 12th. It looks like it might be Kimi Räikkönen. Bottas has got a problem as well. I don't know whether that's something to do with the electrical energy or whatever. But yeah, Perez now coming up on Romain Grosjean, who was his problem in qualifying, remember. But he still managed to get through and got into 5th place in the end, so didn't hold us up that much. But it looks like Hamilton and Vettel are the ones fighting for the lead at the minute. We'll go and have a quick look at their battle. They're currently getting through traffic. Who's in 6th? It's Verline. He's getting into things. The Mercedes reserve driver, of course. But Hamilton doing alright. He's in 4th position. We'll keep an eye on Perez. He's up to 16th now. We'll look at Esteban Ocon. He's on the verge of the top 10. He's going to try and get past Daniel Kvyat next. He will need to come in soon though, and then we'll put him on the soft tyres, I think. But he's currently putting in personal best, so not the worst thing right now for him to stay out. Give him a couple of more laps. Maybe just one more lap actually. And then bring him in. We could bring him in this lap. He is sort of stuck in a little bit of traffic. So bring him in this lap and we'll put him on those His parts look fine. We're not going to recharge the battery. We're just going to do that. And bring him in. And then put him on medium. Sergio Perez put in the quickest middle sector of them all. Right there. In that last lap. He's struggling a little bit, Sergio. He started in 5th place, of course, but that slow pit stop has really cost him. And he is obviously going to have to stop again, and it could mean that Ocon finishes ahead of him. You never know. Let's see how Ocon's pit stop goes. It went very well, apparently. He's away, and he's down in 19th place at the moment. So we'll see how Ocon does in his soft tyres. Perez just using the overtake button a little bit. I mean, we're not too far off the lead, as we're 17 seconds off. We are going to have to pit at some point though. Hulkenberg's just come in. Are we going to overtake him? We are. So we're back up to 9th place, which is a good sign. And our pace is pretty good at the moment. When are we going to bring in Perez though? That is the question. Do we bring him in at the end of this lap? I think we do. We bring him in at the end of this lap and put him on a brand new set of soft tyres, and they should hopefully last him until the end of the race. We're just gonna... Do we fix that? No. That cost him 14 seconds. So we're just gonna have to take any reliability issues that we get. Ocon currently down in 17th place. We'll ignore that. Apparently his gearbox is showing some signs of wear and tear, but never mind. So Perez into the pits, hopefully a bit of a better pit stop this time. It is. He's away, and he's on those super soft tyres, so hopefully he'll be a little bit quicker and work his way back up the field. We'll keep an eye on him before the end of the race, so we'll put him on high fuel consumption. And see if Ocon can get into the top 10. He's hopefully not going to stop again, so we might be able to get a top 10 finish out of Esteban Ocon. Perez, meanwhile, is down in 18th place. He's in a bit of a world of his own at the moment, which is probably a good thing, because he can push a little bit more on these tyres and try and get a bit more performance out of them. He's got some gearbox issues. Hopefully it won't affect him too much. We should have fixed it. Let's just leave Perez out there. He is still setting fastest times, which is good, and he's actually closing in on his teammate, which is even better. So Perez has set the fastest lap of the race, which is brilliant. And he's just passed Marcus Ericsson, or Carlos Sainz Jr., sorry. But Sainz Jr. is back past him again. Yeah, Perez is still lapping well. We are actually going to reduce him now, though. See how he does. Ocon still going nicely. He's up to 12th now. And he's got the two Saubers ahead of him, which should be quite good. The gearboxes on both cars are going off now, which isn't nice. We're only 8 seconds off our sponsor target position. Vettel's just set the fastest lap of the race. Looks like Lance Stroll is in with a chance of winning this race, which is absolutely crazy. He's first with a couple of laps to go. He's actually just pitted. So Hamilton currently leading the race. Nico Hulkenberg is in second place at the moment, and he's closing in on Lewis Hamilton, which is absolutely crazy. Nico Hulkenberg in second position is going to get his first ever Formula 1 point. Ocon is ahead of Perez. He's in 10th at the moment, and we're going to actually push Perez a little bit more and try and get him through. I mean, do we tell them to let him past? Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll keep Ocon going on medium. Put him on overtake. So yeah, it looks like Nico Hülkenberg is going to finish second or third. Bottas is just behind him though, and then Ricciardo in fourth place. But look at the tyres on the Red Bulls. Surely they can't last till the end of the race, and Raikkonen is right behind Verstappen now. Verline up in seventh place. What a performance for him. And Stoffel Van Dorn, he was up in eighth. It looks like Lewis Hamilton has won the Australian Grand Prix. Hülkenberg in second, Bottas in third, Ricciardo fourth, Verstappen fifth, Raikkonen sixth, Verline seventh, Stroll eighth, Van Dorn ninth, and Ocon has finished 10th. What a strategy we have pulled off there. Perez unfortunately in 11th place. That's down to the pit stop where we lost probably about 10 seconds, so he should have been up where Verline is really. But Hamilton has won the first race of the season. It looks like Vettel has had a bit of a poor display. He's down in 19th place, so I don't know what happened to him. But I'm going to stop rambling now. We will have a quick look at the Constructors Standings. There's a strategy if you guys want to have a look at it, where the race was won and lost. Obviously for Perez, it's unfortunate, but a pit stop mistake always can happen, and sometimes does happen. So that's the way that goes. Has anybody broke rules? Doesn't look like it. So Ocon finishes in 10th for his first Grand Prix points, which is brilliant news. And we slot into 8th in the Constructors, but a long season to go yet. So Hamilton wins the opening Grand Prix. And we will be back for the Chinese Grand Prix in the next episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Really do make sure that you leave a like down below if you did. Obviously you don't have to, but it means a lot for me, and it helps out the channel more than you could ever know. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, because there's going to be plenty more motorsport on the channel, with F1 2017 coming out later this year as well. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.